Hello guys, quick vid, early morning. So let's see what's going on. I was letting some guys know on the page about the new intake, which I really don't care right now. It is what it is. Everybody know. And I was letting them know. I was showing everybody basically my port size of my intakes and all that stuff and whatever. I might port my new intake to the size of my old intake. Same thing. It is what it is. But basically what's going on, he said my heads was not ported correctly. They was too big for what they were. That's cool. Whatever. But as I was telling him, the heads were professionally ported. And the guys know who ported my heads. I'm gonna say it. Killian Raceport ported my heads. He's easily look upable. I posted stuff in the group before of what the kind of work he does. They saying he messed the dove heads up because he ported them to these sizes, which sounds crazy to me. Whatever. As you can see on my videos, you see what my heads do on a stock 460 bore. Well, stock bore 385 series. Y'all heard what I said. But they're ported terribly, and they're ported. They shouldn't have did that, and they shouldn't have been ported to CJ, and it's CJ and all this, right? Whatever. But yeah, this is the intake I have. Flip it. And this is the intake gas that I always use on my heads. As you can see, this is the motor. You can see the ports. Ported. Work great, work good. Ask people in the street what these heads do on a stock bore, with a stock stroke, big block Ford. And as you can see, the same intake, well, let's flip it like that. The same intake that I showed y'all on the new intake I have, go right onto the port of my heads. You can see that. Cool. Now we know. And he said they shouldn't have did that, and they shouldn't have did whatever, and they messed my heads up because of this, which I don't think he really know. These heads were ported 10, 15 years ago. I bought them from my old race guy in my city. No issues. No issues. I don't understand it. I don't know. That's what he said. I ain't got no issues with them at all. I don't, but I'm gonna show y'all the name that's on the heads so y'all can see. That says Killian Porting. Okay. Now that lets you know who ported my heads. Probably 10, 15 years ago. They've been ported so long that he doesn't even remember what CFM or what he did and how he did it or whatever. Because, people don't port iron heads anymore too much. They do, but they don't. And if you do it, shit, the price is fucking so high that you might as well just buy you a set of damn aluminum heads. Which, as we all know, Big Block Ford, at this point in time, has no good heads on shelf. Box on shelf, Ford Performance heads on shelf. None of them ain't worth a fuck. That's what my big block guys tell me. I got something going for that anyway. I'm really not studying that right now. But this is my intake, the 8021. 8021. And as he was saying, It shouldn't have been ported like this. He shouldn't have did it, and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. This is it. This is 8021. See that I never touched the intake or anything on this fucking head ever. And I never touched my heads when I bought them from my old school drag racer. Port, beautiful. Get perfectly matched. It's my 8021. Y'all see what's on top, sneak peek, whatever. But as I was saying, he said they messed my heads up and all that, you know, which the head's been around for like I said, 15 years. But they're messed up. They shouldn't have did that and da-da-da-da. I don't know. And the guy that ported them is the same guy that I posted like 2 weeks ago of the Speed Pro China heads. And he ported those heads for a guy I guess in Central Georgia, I don't know, somewhere. He posted those. He ported those. And everybody on the post like, who ported them? I said, Mr. Killian ported them. Even had our admin asked, like, those heads look too damn good to be goddamn Speedmasters. And I was like, hey, Mr. Killian said they were Speedmasters. That's what Mr. Killian do. You can look up Gerald Killian on his page. Go to the main post on the page go to the main post on the video the picture I shared in the group. That's all he do is port heads. Older gentleman, been doing it for probably 30 years, 40 years. But what the guy telling me is he messed my heads up by porting them to that size. Which, I know y'all drag racers. I don't really be on this track. You know, I don't do the track. I'm sorry, I don't. I street drive my car and sometimes do other stuff, which you can look at my page to see the other stuff that happens with my car. So, I don't really get what he's saying my heads shouldn't have been ported that big or shouldn't have been ported to CJ. When like I told him, I said they were professionally ported. And if they wasn't supposed to be that way, I don't think he would have did that. Those number of years when he did that to those heads. I know what my heads do. A lot of other folks know what my heads do. A lot. And whatever. I got guys telling me not to buy the intake I bought. Not to make that intake as big as my old port's big as my old intake, which I never said that I was gonna port my fucking new intake to that size of my old intake. Which I know my intake I just showed y'all. The 8021 Stealth flows way more air than my new intake. It's cool, I don't care. You know, shop pit, that's my shop. People know, cool. 69 Ford, 460 in it, cool, whatever. But yeah, all this on one clip, you know what I'm saying, one take. But people know the car. People know the car, you know. A lot of guys on this page know the car. I'm gonna post it on my regular page and I'm gonna share it to the group. But everybody on my regular page, just look over this video because y'all ain't gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. Some of you is, but most of you ain't. You know, and I had one guy ask me why I'm getting such big injectors, but you know, I got something going on. But I ain't speaking on that too much. But everybody know the car. This car, stock hood, stock wheels, turbo coupe, stock wheels. Never had racing wheels on it, ever. Fuck out. I mean, nah, we ain't gonna never have those on there. And these are the heads that he say they shouldn't have did that to, and he don't know what he doing. He's not professional. How can he be a professional guy if he did that to these heads? But guy been doing it 20, 30 years, and you can go to his page right now and beautiful work. Beautiful work. Ain't nobody in nowhere can tell you that his work is not beautiful, but beautiful. Flow bench heads. Doing it 20, 30 years. I just don't, you know. These things is a lot different than a lot more guys that has my engine. I'm always stand up for the street guys. Well, ride around street guys. I know we got a lot of races in this page, on this page. I don't do that. I don't want the best of this, the best of that, and I don't want maximum horsepower and whatever. It is what it is. Whatever it is when I close the hood, that's what it is. Because most of it's more than what most other people got. So it really doesn't matter to me. As long as everything fit up under that stock. Because at all. As you can see, I ran that car for a year and a half with probably that much of space between the top of the carb and the top of the bottom of the hood. You know, I don't like hood scoops. I'm sorry, they look goofy to me, and I feel like they only supposed to be on race cars. I don't feel like you need a hood scoop on the street. And for the size motor I got in my car, y'all know what it is. For the size motor I got in my car, to not have a hood scoop, little granny car, sounds good, runs pretty good. Runs pretty good. I really don't need it. And with the new intake, I can do a lot more stuff instead of having that little between the bottom of the hood and the top of the car. I'm gonna have a lot more space. Even if it do take my horsepower, I don't really care. It gonna make what it make. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I'm gonna close this out. Cause I just wanna get this out. Cause I just don't understand how he said the dude, Mr. Killian. I like to call him Mr. Killian. Cause he's a professional. Messed my heads up. He shouldn't have did my heads like that. Why would he do that? People are crazy. I don't understand. These heads go to work. I never stretch these heads, cast down heads, out to their full potential. Never did that. But this new setup, I'm gonna be stretching their legs a little bit. So I'll see y'all later. Long vid, 13 fucking minutes. What was I talking about? But I'm just gonna get this video out and we gonna whatever. Later.